Hi everyone, I'm Jeff Yasteen, the investment director here at Banyan Hill Publishing. We have Paul Mampilly, the editor of our newsletter Profits Unlimited, on the line via Skype. Welcome, Paul.
Thanks, Jeff. Great to chat with you.
You know, Paul, you've identified two major investment megatrends, the Internet of Things and especially the rise of the Millennial generation as an economic force. Now, our economy has so many apparent problems. Can it really be that simple to make money by investing in these trends?
There are so many things, negative things for people to focus on, and that's affecting the way that we're looking at the future. But that, I believe, is largely in the past. The Internet of Things is about the future. The Internet of Things is going to create a productivity revolution in everything that we do. And 92 million people buying houses, cars, their incomes. What new developments and what things will the millennials want? For example, big box stores didn't exist until the baby boomers desired it. And they're the ones that essentially remade retail. So the baby boomer generation had their own particular preferences. And if you identified them early, you made, for example, with Home Depot, 45,000%. I believe that the millennials will come to their own preferences, and we're going to identify those stocks that are going to benefit from their spending preferences. And I believe we're going to have winners that are going to be as big as that.
Briefly, where did you get the idea for millennials as an investment trend?
Actually, it actually came from researching what happened after World War II, when you had a generation of Americans that battle-scarred, lost a lot of their fellow soldiers, came back, and all the economists and the stock market thought that there would be a depression. They thought that they would overwhelm the labor market and that things would be terrible. But they were a young generation, and what they did is they came home and they got married and they bought houses, they started businesses, got jobs, had kids, and it stimulated an enormous bull market. And that gave me the insight to understand that as a generation comes of age, now that generation came of age earlier, wars will do that to you, that we have this generation that was largely being derided. There's been a lot of commentary over the last 5-6 years about millennials living in their parents' basements, not making any money. But when you actually look at the facts, the millennials are the most educated generation in history. And they are going to ultimately replace people that are in business today, and they're going to bring that education. And simultaneous with that, they are the ones that are going to benefit from this incredible technology, Internet of Things, which is just by its very nature more profitable, which means their incomes are going to be significantly higher. So it's a mix of my historical research and understanding of what has happened, as well as looking at the specific technology and also just the size of the millennial generation, 92 million, the largest in history.
Paul, some people might ask, how can this generation of young Americans, the millennials, be this giant engine of economic growth?
It's completely a slam dunk, and you don't have to take it at my word. Warren Buffett is betting on the same exact thing. For example, one of Warren Buffett's largest holdings is the maker of drywall. It's in every home, and he owns something like 23% of this company. The reason why he owns that is because he understands the same thing that I'm telling you, which is that when a generation comes of age, they go to buy houses. Well, what's in every single house? It's in your house, my house. Well, it's drywall. All our walls are made of that. And this company has the largest market share in this country. And Warren Buffett, if you go back and you read it, he's been waiting for that moment when the millennials are going to start buying homes, because he knows, just like I do, and the research shows, is that when you buy a home, you start stimulating a lot of other businesses around you. If you've bought a home, you would know the moment you buy a home, you have to buy stuff to furnish it. There's things wrong with it. You hire contractors to remodel it. It's just one expense after another that you use your income on. That income is what stimulates the economy. And this has been proven out by a researcher named Ed Leamer, who's written a book, and I've read several of his books, and he's gone back historically and he's seen this pattern. where when a generation comes of age, they call it household formation. That's the economic term for it. That's when you tend to see economic growth, and that's also when stock markets boom.
Well, how do you go about picking stocks that will get the biggest benefit from this generational opportunity with millennials?
The key to picking the right stocks is experience. Having been on Wall Street for 25 years and having experienced now, this would be my second big boom. I experienced part of the baby boomer bull market, and you could see the kinds of stocks that went up. It was the stocks that they were willing to spend money on, and it's different than the previous generation. The second one is just pure hard work. I read anywhere from 8, 10, in some cases 12 hours a day. I'm constantly out and about looking at the world. And when you combine that experience, the amount of work that's done, and the system that I have now come up with from 25 years of being on Wall Street, that's what hones it down to one stock a month, or in some cases, when right before periods of when I believe the market's just about to shoot up, we'll sometimes even do issues where we do more than one stock at a time. So it's a combination of those three things.
Thanks, Paul. I look forward to chatting with you again. My guest is Paul Mampilly, editor of Profits Unlimited.